Welcome back to the GSL Codes. Tasteless with me is a sick Artosis.
I really have Artosis now.
In the what?
I really have Artosis
now.
now.
Artosis. Your name always did sound like a disease. He was sitting here in his chair. He was wiggling around in his chair like a baby bird. He was like dying.
Tasteless spit some worms in my mouth. I went like this.
Yeah, like I came down like the mama bird with my worms, like going like this. You're like, because that's how birds do. They like catch it, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And then Wolf came over and touched me, and I had his scent on me, so you no longer fed me.
Oh, that's
Kicked
right.
me out of the nest.
Yeah, if you ever find a baby bird, you should not touch it because the mama birds won't take care of them after they've been touched.
They don't want that scent on them.
They've got jealousy issues. They're like the crazy mama birds. We're gonna go into MMA against ASD.
What do you think about this match?
Based off of results, I would say I'm supposed to say MMA is going to win, but actually ASD really impresses me.
You know, ASD never did until that one game that we saw him play in the last round where a drop was incoming, and he instantly brought his units plus a few SCVs to be underneath. It was like this very specific move, and a lot of people are like, oh, that doesn't mean anything. Actually, it showed me that this kid has unbelievable potential. Because almost no one's doing that yet. That's like a Starcraft 1 pro game move.
Yeah.
It was beautiful when I saw it. I was like, okay.
Here's MMA. He's been in the finals of GSL before. He's been a champion at MLG in Columbus, Ohio.
That's right.
And he is, I think, one of our better Terrans.
He's very good, TBT.
Again, this should be an even match, similar to Clyde Leon.
Well, despite the great potential I see in ASD, I think I still give MMA a leg up, He's had more stage experience. He's played more televised games, and that counts for a lot. But I would not be overly surprised if ASD did manage to take
I wouldn't be blown away. I wouldn't be like, what, really?
And even if ASD gets owned 2-0, I guarantee you we're going to see him do great things in the future.
Yeah. Absolutely. MMA has been mentioned by Slayer's Boxer, just like Leong. And we all know that Leong was really good. Too bad he got knocked out this early, but frankly, can't really say much about it because Clyde is just that good.
Yeah. Clyde's pretty sick, man.
You know, it actually just occurred to me how much of a comeback that was for Clyde. If you look at how badly he lost that first game, and then his gold base being spotted.
Yeah.
To then be like, oh, actually, no, you're going to win this by game 3. It's like, really?
Clyde and Clutch begin with the same 2 letters.
Oh, my God. That can't be a coincidence.
Not at all.
And here is ASD with a lion's mane.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. He's the king of the nerd jungle.
Don't lions mostly live on the plains?
But they do call lions king of the jungle. No, you're correct, actually. They usually live in
on the Serengeti or something?
Yeah.
Savannas or something like that.
There are certain animals that live near the jungle, but I don't know if lions actually live in the jungle. I don't think that's actually correct.
I think that's like tigers and
that's where all the
other
types of monkeys and stuff, something climb up trees, live up there. Because otherwise, what lion just wants to go eat a monkey or something. The monkey just climbs up the tree, throws coconuts in it.
Yeah,
he's a mean monkey. There's ASD. And we're going to get this going pretty soon here. It looks like our Crane commentators are almost ready. All right. MMA against ASD. This is another battle of the alphabet here at the GSL. And we're going to get the maps thrown up here in a second. Here it is. So dual site will be our map. Crossfire eliminated by MMA and also eliminated by ASD.
Wow. These guys don't like Crossfire.
Well, clearly they're not comfortable being in a long split map scenario in this situation. Are you going to be all right, Artosis?
I'll be fine.
For just a moment, I saw on your face it looked like you were going to die.
I'll at least live through these gas.
You remember when we you got that tooth removed and you had to cast on painkillers?
That was pretty terrible.
I missed that, man. You were just like...
I was actually a little bit goofy during that.
Yeah, man, you actually were like...
I was just saying goofy stuff.
Some people would have had it. I'm like, no, man, he's on painkillers. This is hilarious, man. You can watch Artosis on drugs cast a game. This is just a great blessing.
Thank you, Tosis. You flatter me.
See, I can spit anything. All right, the game is now loaded, so get ready for MMA against ASD. MMA, an established veteran here at Starcraft 2. ASD, new blood. Let's see how far he can go. All right, in the bottom left starting location, MLG champion, and a very feared player all around. He is
MMA.
Oh my God, that scared me. What?
I wonder what that says.
I wonder what that says, actually. Yeah. All right, in the upper right, we have. I'll wait for it. I'm sorry. I think I did the intro too soon. We have. And is the voice going to come on? All right, we were not informed about something here. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm as scared as you are. Eventually, by the time it's tomorrow, we have the Terran voice actually cast the entire game.
In Korean.
In Korean.
Sorry, guys.
So, like, we're going to have our Korean casters casting on one stream, and then on the other stream, we're going to have the Terran voice actor cast the other game. And I'm like, but why did we do that?
Well, right now, funny little tidbit. MMA accidentally rallied one of his SCVs to another SCV, and so it wasn't mining for a bit. He just found it, so disaster.
No, but he already has another one. Look, this one at the bottom. See the bottom?
Oh, yeah,
the two SCVs on the bottom. Looks like the other one's giving him a back rub.
That's sloppy. You got to be careful about that. People do that from time to time. Make that mistake with all the races.
Look, is he still doing it?
Yeah, he's still doing it.
If we can possibly get a shot of that, the yellow SCVs.
This is actually
so bad. Okay, see the SCV, the two at the bottom?
Well,
nope, never mind.
Too late to take our word. Basically, it looks like, let's say that Artosis was mining minerals. Tasteless would just follow him back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not going to mine minerals. I don't work for the man.
Yeah.
Like, get ready. He's going to pull a command center out of his backpack. He's like, all right, let's do this.
That SCV must be Santa Claus if he has a sack and hold a command center.
Yeah. Santa Claus's magic sack. There's endless amounts of presents. Because children are smart. They'll be like, wait a minute, how does he have all the presents for all the kids in the world in that sack? And he's like, well, it's magical.
Yeah.
And that's when your kid learns to never respect science.
All right, so right now we have both players with their fast expansions getting double gases. But MMA throwing up another barracks, which is kind of interesting. Go double gas and then a second barracks. Normally you see them take up very quickly when they double gas, which is exactly what ASC is doing. He's making a factory. Boy, this is some lackluster casting today by me, Tasteless.
No, man, you're fine, actually. It's not as bad as you. You just sound like really tired. Because you are tired. All right, more barracks being thrown up here.
Well, MMA actually getting a factory now before his second barracks is done.
Both doing a pretty good job of spending their money here. We're going to have a little bit of downtime until we kind of see what they're actually going for here.
Tasteless, ask me a question.
All right, do you like mechanical pencils?
I did as a child. I don't know.
Dude, I am the exact same way.
Yeah.
They're only good when you're younger.
Yeah, no, you think they're all cool and stuff because they aren't just the straight up #2 or the Halloween pencil that you got.
Yeah.
The one that's like
The
not
one's
a
got the
#2
pumpkins
pencil, it's
on
like
it,
a #1 or a #3, and it has like black lead and it's soft, and you're just like, this is weird, and you can't use it on your bubble test. But yeah, nowadays I look at it, I'm like, wow, this is the biggest waste ever.
I always
Realistically, it's probably less of a waste than a wooden pencil, which is made out of a tree. But a regular pencil.
You ever like borrow a pencil from somebody in like school, and then like you just lost the pencil or something? Like if they want it back or whatever, you're like, I'm sorry, actually, I don't know what it.
No, I was the guy that lent pencils.
But were you? Now here's the question though: were you actually a douche about it, or you just like were you like a noble person who's like, yeah, you don't have a pencil, of course you can have a pencil. Never be unreasonable.
No, I was completely fine with it.
All right, there's always that one kid who's like, well, I don't want to give you my pencils, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm like, well, you understand, we're all in this together, man. Listen, elementary school is actually terrible. Can you just let me borrow a goddamn pencil? Before the teacher yells at me, he's like, no, these are mine pencils.
Yeah. And you gotta ask
They're
the teacher.
mine.
She's like, go up to my desk, going out of the box.
Mine. I'm like, myself.
Once upon a time in 2nd grade, I won like some library quiz or something. They gave me one of those pencils that was in a shape as well. It had like a Mickey Mouse head or something up top.
Yeah.
And I was so happy. And then I left it on my desk and went to lunch. I came back and someone had snapped it in half. And
that is actually messed up. That is actually like an angry little kid who her mommy and daddy
Think of what a
didn't hug
loser
him
that
enough.
kid is. You know what?
I know. Well, he probably...
I guarantee you that kid is a failure.
Oh, yeah. No, he didn't turn out fine. No, he didn't turn out fine at all. It's like that kid where I'd borrow his pencil, and I would actually put the pencil in my mouth, because sometimes I put a pencil in my mouth when I think. Like, I bite on it. And he's like, don't bite on my pencil. It's my pencil. Mine.
We do have a cloaked Banshee from ASD.
Time to cast this game. Banshee's doing a good amount of damage here right off the bat. It looks like MMA's reaction having a little bit bad here. Oh, nice move by ASD. Wow, it's like we finished the senses at the exact same time.
Sorry, I'm like so lackluster. Well, some really nice Banshee plays so far. He's got 6 kills. Ooh, and he's going to get away from that scan too.
Yeah, he will, just barely.
We are going to have 2 more scans left. But there are 2 Banshees, so...
Get back here!
He's trying so hard to get out of there with that Banshee, but it will be killed. MMA chased him to the bitter end, Tasteless.
Yeah. Now here comes the second Banshee. This one has a little bit more, or actually a lot more HP on it.
There are 2 scans, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue, especially with 2 Vikings and a bunch of Marines.
Third Banshee actually on the way here for ASD, so ASD is not stopping anytime soon.
He's a Banshee type of guy, man.
Yeah.
That Banshee actually taking a lot of damage, too.
Uh-oh. That's only got,
ASD
10
is
energy.
Quick, man. Oh, and he scans.
And that'll get in.
But still, we have 2 more, almost 3 more scans ready for MMA, so he's fine. But more supply for ASD. He's up at 1092 against 75. ASD just continues to impress, Stasis.
Well, look, he's a really good player.
Looks like both players going to be going Marine Siege Shank.
You're right. Well, looks like finally MMA has some room to breathe here, but he is at a 20 supply deficit when compared to ASD, who also, by the way, is now moving out and trying to seize map control.
And he'll be able to get that pretty easily. We do have Siege mode already for ASD. I actually can't find any Siege Shanks for MMA. Looks like he's behind on that area. Does not have
All right,
Siege
he's
mode
actually moving right in here, and, you know, I don't actually know if MMA could stop this. I mean,
well, it's going to be brutal, man. He's going to have to bring SCVs. Siege Shanks, if targeted correctly, are going to be deadly. He has Stim. They both have Stim.
He screwed up the drop. Only 3 SCVs coming out.
Trying to take out that command center. Not going to work.
Dude, this is actually... I can't believe how one-sided this game is.
Yeah,
ASD's like, well, my strategy is the one where I just put siege tanks next to your orbital, so then you have to lift it off. And MMA's like, you can't do that. Then he does it. And MMA's just like, oh, like your jaw drops.
Beautiful scans by ASD.
Snap, Stim here, comes in there. Damage and reaches the retreat. You get the reactors now in the tech labs.
Oh my god, Siege mode does not finish.
Okay,
Gigantic
that's going to be
snipe.
GG here.
Yeah, he's unbelievably far ahead. 130 supply to 85. Seriously, this ASD kid is something sick. That was one-sided, Tasteless.
Well, I don't know. That was actually a little bit peculiar. It's like, I guess both the Terran vs. Terrans that we cast, game number 1 is going to be a completely one-sided game. MMA just like, that almost looked like a ladder like game where like it starts out and it's like he is favored. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, I wonder what this is going to look like. And then you watch replay, it's like, well, that's what a game looks like when one guy is actually favored.
Yeah.
He actually just let him walk across the map. In fact, he like sea-walked across the map. He was like one of those douchebags in the clip. He was like walking like this, and then like MMA like looks down. He's like, is that ASD sea-walking my base? He like sees me, just like starts going like faster like this.
So funny.
Then he just sets up siege tanks and wins. Wow, that's what that was.
It's quite nice, man. Again, ASD shows so much potential. You know, you look at MMA's play, and it's like, wow, you're really good. You practice a lot. But there's something that's almost intangible. It's hard for me to even explain. I have to point out that silly incident where he like grabs SCVs out of his line before the drop comes in a game that we already casted. And so many people are going to look at that like it's stupid, but I don't know how to explain it. You can just see with his play that he gets it.
He doesn't like...
He gets it, man.
MMA doesn't optimize, but ASD does. Like the amount of damage he did with that Banshee.
ASD like feels all these correct moves or something. How do I word this?
He seems to have better game sense or whatever, and he's playing RTS games the way they're supposed to be played. It's the best I can do.
He's good, man. But MMA is not out yet. It is a best of 3, and anything could happen.
I think the way to describe ASD is we can only like talk about him by writing poems and stuff. All right, our map will be Terminus Reef, the largest map in StarCraft 2. It can be a real map of endurance in Terran versus Terran, and a real map of patience as well.
Rubbing his temples a little bit.
All right,
ready.
All right, brain. He's touching that part of his brain that all of his Gosu thoughts come from, the Gosu feelings. It says increase my dopamine levels. Touch another part of his brain, increase my serotonin levels.
Wow.
Touch another part of his name, says increase my norepinephrine levels. I don't know. This is like our weirdest outro. All right, so the game is now loaded. So let's get ready for MMA against ASD. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis, who has a very terrible fever or flu or a cold. And this is the GSL Codex.